Hello dear friends, I'm glad to welcome you to our channel. Today I will tell you about 3 very effective ways to prevent damping off disease in seedlings. So friends, our method for preventing damping off is based on creating optimal conditions when growing young seedlings. For this, we use light, moisture and air permeable substrates. For this particular method, we strictly sow our seeds in distinct rows. This arrangement allows for excellent ventilation between the rows, makes it considerably easier to lightly loosen the soil to effectively dry out the top layer, and as a beneficial result, it significantly minimizes the occurrence of the damping off pathogen. We also use a light dusting of calcined river sand over the sown seeds. Why is this important? It's important because the sand dries out more quickly, thus creating a drier surface at the point where the sprout emerges from the soil, which also helps minimize the occurrence of the damping off pathogen. Yes, by the way, another important point to add when using this method is to water in small amounts and strictly at the base of the plants, without watering the spaces between the rows or soaking the entire soil in the tray or cassette. In other words, you should keep the sowings as dry as possible without harming their development. Friends, this method is effective, but only if you already have some experience. If something goes wrong with this growing system, or if you can't create the right conditions, then this disease can easily appear. And in that case, the consequences can of course be very unpleasant. So if you are just a beginner gardener, or if you simply don't have a dry room and the ability to properly ventilate your seedlings, then it's probably best to set this method aside until you have enough experience. The next method is the one my father uses. It's thermal treatment of the soil before sowing. This method is quite reliable, but it doesn't always work for everyone either. Let my father say a few words about how he does it.
We simply take a basin, pour in some soil, not just enough for one sowing, but enough to last for the next time as well, because sterilized soil, as you know, won't go bad. We put it, in our case, we have a wood stove in the greenhouse, there's a fire there, and we heat it up. At the same time, we use hot water. Why hot? Well, so we don't have to heat it up later. And why water? Sometimes the humidity is too low, and we don't get steam when heating. But we need to actually steam it, so that the steam passes through. See, this is heated up. This is heated up. You need to stir it continuously for about 3 to 4 minutes. If the soil is semi-dry, that's when you use water. While stirring, we pour water in. Well, right now the consistency and moisture level are just right. And like this, we will continue to keep turning everything in a consistent and thorough manner for a full 3 minutes. What is truly important to remember here? It is crucial not to overdo it, and absolutely essential not to allow any of the delicate organic components of the soil mixture to overheat excessively. And furthermore, you must always make absolutely certain that there isn't even the slightest hint of a burnt smell emanating from the mixture. Otherwise, this noxious smoke will then thoroughly permeate the entire soil structure. It's highly toxic smoke indeed, and the delicate seedlings that subsequently sprout may very well die as a direct result of this contamination. So with this meticulous method of soil treatment, you can be absolutely sure that there are no harmful fungal parasites or any other living creatures left whatsoever that could potentially harm the delicate seedlings during their crucial cultivation period. I repeat, during their crucial cultivation period.
As you can see, in order to steam the soil, especially in large quantities, you need either an open space or some kind of facility like a greenhouse, where the smell released during steaming won't bother anyone. That's why this method isn't always suitable for everyone, even though it's very reliable when it comes to eliminating harmful pathogens. But you should also be prepared for the fact that beneficial pathogens will be destroyed as well. And the third method is the one that Tatiana Viktorovna has been using for many years. Friends, for this chemical agents against root rot are used. The 2 most reliable ones are the widely known product called Previcur and the product Energodar. It's a complete analog of Previcur but cheaper. It also works very well against root rot. All 3 methods give good results, and you can choose the one that suits you best. Thank you for your attention. All the best to you. Goodbye. See you next time.